This show is brought to you by Manscaped. Use the code AFTV for 20% off your order and free shipping at manscaped.com.
Hi and welcome to AFTV. I have Jake back with me. Go on, what we saying? W's only.
That's 2 in a week, actually, to be fair. Two in a week. Days.
Oh, yeah, and the Europa League game. Listen, what did you think of the game? Were you happy with the rotations, the players that came in? What was your thoughts?
Yeah, so I was really surprised with us getting the result that we did with the team that we started with. Like, you have to look at it. Leicester are second in the league.
Yep.
They've been playing really well all season, and we've made a bunch of changes from Thursday night, and we've gone there and we've won. That, like, to me, I didn't expect that at all. I honestly didn't expect that.
Yeah, nor did I. And Vardy, like, I'd expect him to obviously dominate us. He's a fan favorite. You know, he comes to us and always scores. And today he was kept quiet. Then even that chance that Mari ran with him, I was like, whoa. So yeah, I was quite surprised by that. Who stood out for you today for Arsenal?
Who stood out? A few players actually. I thought David Luiz played pretty well.
Yeah.
Today, Mari, as you just mentioned, I like Mari quite a lot, so I'll probably always.
You have said that. You have said that. Yeah.
I thought Willian played quite well, which is strange to say because he hasn't really done a lot since he's come to Arsenal. But if he does play well, you have to give him the credit.
Yeah.
Pepe's a funny one because I thought he started really slow. Like the first 5-10 minutes, instead of beating the players or winning the fouls, he was kind of just losing the ball and not being confident. But I think once the instant where it was a penalty but then it changed to a free kick, I think that's where Pepe kind of realised, I can start getting at this left back now, and then he grew into the game.
Yeah, after that he had him on absolute skate.
Had him on toast.
Twisting him up. Yeah, it was mad.
Of course, because like they had to take him off. The left back got booked, took him off, and then it didn't matter because Pepe still, like, I thought Pepe had a pretty good game after that point. Obviously scoring a goal as well, which is really good for him. But a point that I wanted to make was, did Pepe play better on the right because Bellerin wasn't the right back? Yeah.
Do you know what? I obviously I do the presenter thing and try and just not have my opinions too much. But do you know what? I'm gonna have yes.
Because we've seen in the past as well, when Maitland-Niles has played right back, Pepe's played decent as well. Like when he hasn't had Bellerin behind him. So potentially that's something that needs to be looked at. If you want to get the best out of Pepe, maybe you can't play Bellerin as well at the same time. Yeah. I'm not too sure. And I thought it was tough for my man of the match, but I thought Lacazette played really well. I think he gives us, I've mentioned it before, but I think he gives us just something different. He gives us an extra dynamic where you can give the ball to him and it will stick to him, and then he can bring other players into play. Yeah. Like with Aubameyang, obviously we all love Aubameyang, but if he doesn't score, typically he doesn't really do anything in the match. That's kind of the only reason he's on the pitch. Like the other day, he scored those 2 goals, which you needed him for. But against Man City last week, he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas you play Lacazette, if he doesn't score, you're like, Lacazette might, like, he'll start a move, or, you know, he'll bring players into play, or he'll find a way to connect. So I
agree with you.
I thought he played quite well, and obviously he scored the penalty at a vital moment. So yeah,
I agree with you. No, Jake, I agree with you there. So to cut you, you're speaking absolute facts there. Like, I was going to ask you about the Aubameyang and Lacazette debate. I was going to ask you and say, like, where do you stand on it? Because we love Aubameyang. He's done so much, of course, but Lacazette, he does at the moment, and I know the Aubameyang love is going to come for us, but when he's not if he's not scoring, Aubameyang, it's difficult to see what he does. Which sounds harsh. He may stretch pitch at times, but you're right. I think Lacazette, he offers a bit more if he's not getting goals. But luckily, obviously, but he got that and had a great performance.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. And it's, I think that's the difficulty of being the manager or being the coach, because I see so many people have this kind of debate or whatever. Is it the managers? Is it the player? Why we're not doing well and things like that. Whereas for me, really, if you look at the players today in the team that we set out today, the players started really poor, but they eventually picked it up and we won the game quite convincingly. Like, we controlled the game pretty much. We had more shots, more passes, more possession. But like, that's to me the players, like the manager made a decent selection, but the players won the game because they turned up. Whereas not the other day, but when we lost to Southampton in the FA Cup, I think he picked a similar team, but we lost. But it's Arteta's fault that we lost because he picked that team. But then it has to be his fault that we won today. Do you know what I mean? Because it's kind of hard to explain, but for me, like the players haven't been playing well for a few seasons.
100%.
Like so it can't just be down to the manager. That's the way that I see it. But I think he's got a hard job with Lacazette and Aubameyang about finding the balance, when to play them in certain games. And obviously, because if we're playing a 4-2-3-1, you've kind of only got 4 attacking players. And you have to have Aubameyang on the pitch because he's the captain and because he's a goal scorer.
Yeah.
Then you also need Lacazette on the pitch because he can bring players into play. And you need to have Saka on the pitch because he's just been fantastic this season. So you've only really got one position left. And it's a hard job to find.
Yeah, it gets techie. It does. It gets techie.
Difficult. But I was really surprised that El Neni and Xhaka played together, like started together, because in previous matches they haven't been great together. Like for me, they're too similar.
Yeah.
But again, it seemed to work. It seemed to work today.
Yeah, you're right, Jake. You're right. Listen, it was a good game. I'm glad, like you said, I was surprised with the result as well. But it was a good win for the boys.
We'll
take it. We'll take it. Now, before we go, just quickly, one quick question just on the next game. We've got Burnley. Would you rotate again and bring in players, or would you stick with the same team quickly?
It's difficult, isn't it? Because we have got Olympiacos on that Thursday after Burnley. I wouldn't stick with the exact 11 of today, but I would probably keep the back 4, maybe mix up the midfield a little bit, and stick with Lacazette up front. So maybe bring in Partey, maybe bring in Odegaard because Smith Rowe's injured, maybe bring in Saka as well.
Martinelli?
I don't know why he's not playing.
No, bro, I don't. That's why I asked.
But William did really well today, so you can't be like, oh, Martinelli should play. Like,
true.
William played well.
True.
But I would like to see Martinelli play a little bit more. So throw him in. Throw him in.
All right, Jake. Thank you for speaking with us. We'll speak again soon. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Always a
Cheers.
pleasure.
This show is brought to you by Manscaped. Use the code AFTV for 20% off your order and free shipping at manscaped.com.